Welcome back to Temeron's Tactics. This is Dominions 4 Gameplay Tutorial Part 4. We're ready to launch an attack on one of these neighboring provinces. Now we just need to decide which one. So we're in Cetus. The yellow line indicates provinces that are adjacent to us. Now Mir, right here, has a throne of Ascension in it. Right here. Okay, so if we were able to capture Mir, that's one of the three things we need to do to win, and the throne is going to give us some sort of ability as well. Probably. Once we scout it, we'll know more. So we do want Mir, but if we right-click on Mir, we can see that it has 80 units in it, made up mostly of Lion Tribe Warriors and Lion Tribe Archers. Now, we do not have a scout there, so this data is not necessarily completely accurate. That number may be off a bit, and there may be some other types of units in there that we don't know about. If we had a scout there, then our knowledge of the enemy makeup would be better, but we don't. Okay, we've had our scout researching instead because Maklu has 11 research, and I want to work on this research team. Instead of Mir, we want to attack one of these other adjacent provinces so that we can have a lot of resources here in Cetus for making units. So let's look. If we right-click on Binophe over here, it's got it's forest and border mountains. You see up here on the top left, you got a little tree icon, and if you mouse over that at the bottom of the screen, it says forest. Good resources hinders movement. And next to that is border mountains, low income, excellent resources. And we can see from the box thing here, it's got one of our dominion in it. That's the candle. We could preach to make this into more candles. Okay, whatever. And then this is income. Income goes directly into your national treasury. And then the resources here are used to recruit units in this province. But if you have an adjacent fortification, like a castle, then it's going to also have an increased amount of resources based on the amount of resources that are available here. And the population of a province, which in Binophe's case is 5,100, is related to the quantity of income and resources that will be there. So in Binophe, the population is about 5,000 with a forest and the border mountains, and that gives us 41 income and 71 resources. Population is directly related to the quantity of income and resources. And Zaburia has a population of 12,000 here, you see, so that's giving 96 income because it has farmland, which is high income, low resources. So that would give us lots of coins, but almost no resources. If we go back to Cetus to recruit units, you see we've run out of resources with we've used all of our resources, but we haven't used the gold, you see. So we could use more resources more than gold. So I'm more inclined to attack Binophe. So let's go ahead and grab all of our units here. I'm going to left-click on Temeron to highlight him. And then I'm also going to hold down Control and left-click on Tabira Kalamuk to highlight him. That's our army now. And now when I left-click on Binophe, it's going to want to move into Binophe. So here we go. The Battle of Binophe. I'm going to go ahead and go to slow motion for this battle. Our army is here on the left, and you can see we've got the two squads of line formation Javelineers. And then here's our small squad of the city guard that are just going to hold for 2 turns and then go forward and attack. Temeron cast resist magic, and Tabira Kalamuk cast fanaticism. You can see their spells up here on the top left. Okay, so they're just sort of casting some spells. Here's our armies moving together, throwing some javelins. You can right-click on any unit to see what it is. Okay, so here's our light infantry with the javelins and the spears, facing off against heavy infantry. Okay, and there's a lot of spears going in there because we've arranged those guys so that they can effectively throw their spears because they're in a nice line formation coming from 2 different directions around those guys, you see. Now we might have some friendly fire right in this area here if these guys throw more javelins at these guys. Hopefully they don't do that. A curse going into this guy right here, giving him bad luck. The smite is that golden beam of light coming from the sky. That's our prophet that's doing that. That's a horror mark there, so he's It's kind of like a curse. It's one of those long-lasting things that isn't going to matter because he's not going to live through this battle. Sometimes they cast spells that are a little bit silly, and it is a good idea to script out your spells. But, you know, at this point, we don't really have any really good spells. We're still at level 1 spells, which are not very effective for the most part. Looks like this small group has broken and is running away. The independent armies are now routed. I'll just go back to normal speed now. I was just in slow motion so you can kind of get a feel for it there. Okay, so the Battle of Binophe, victorious. Okay, we're just kind of finishing off those last few guys as they're running. And now if you click where it says there was a battle in Binophe, it's going to give you the numerical stats. So we actually lost 13 of our light infantries in that fight. 1 city guard and 1 serpent. They lost 39 guys. So that's pretty good. It was about 3-1. Not so bad. Let's go to the province, and now we can see that Binophe has our flag on it, the green with the little snake on the top there. So now we've captured all of these resources there, and you can see Binophe now is loaning resources here to Cetus. You see Cetus has available hammers now. The darked out hammers here in Cetus are the ones that those represent the units that we've already set to recruit here in Cetus. Okay, if I go to recruit units, we've already set a bunch of units to recruit, and that's represented by these hammers being darkened. Now that we've captured Binophe, it's giving resources to the castle. Okay, so the castle now has more hammers available to it. So now we can go into Cetus, go to recruit units, and we can add a couple more of those heavy infantry. There we go, 4 more. So now we're recruiting 6 heavy infantry and about 10 light infantry every turn, and a shaman. Okay. While we're here as well, Satim is our shaman. We can take a glance at him. Satim, the shaman. 1 astral, 1 nature, 9 research. And he's just going to sit here and research for a little bit. Okay, so let's put him back to research. So we've got our assassin and that shaman researching, and if we take a look at our research, we've still got a few more turns before we'll have thaumaturgy level 2. So now that we own Binophe, we want to have our commanders search Binophe and see if there's any hidden magic sites in this province. Hidden magic sites are what provide those gems. Okay, remember in our home province here, we own the Temple Marsh, which gives us the 2 death, 2 nature, and 1 water gem per turn. If we go over here to Binophe and search, then we would be able to potentially find more magic sites to increase our gem income. Up here in the info card for Binophe, you can see if you mouse over the word defense, it turns red, and that's kind of a hidden button that's super important. If you click on that, it allows you to purchase defensive units in this province. And you can see each time I click, it just kind of creates a gradually increasing formation of units. And once I get up to 10 units, it gives me unrest reduction of 1 per month. If I continue to click, once I get up to 15, it gives me patrol strength of 1 per month. And that's, you know, trying to find hiding guys in that province. So let's go ahead and bring the province defense up to 15 just so I can have nominal patrols there, okay, and have a little bit of a defense and some slight unrest reduction. When you capture a province, there's usually going to be some unrest. And you can see Binophe actually has 21 unrest right now. So that means there's a handful of bandits in Binophe, and so we're not getting the full tax income because some of it's getting hijacked or whatever. So we could have somebody patrol in Binophe to get rid of that. But we'll do that on the next turn after we've searched with our units here. So let's go ahead and end the turn. And we searched Binophe, but none was found. See? It says they've searched, none was found. There are either no more or a more skilled mage is required to reveal them. All right. And an unexpected event occurred in Cetus. A great summer festival is celebrated and dominion was increased by 1. Swell. I like that. Okay. So now we're ready to try to get rid of this unrest. So I would like to go ahead and have my prophet do a patrol because he's got all the units. My god, rather, can patrol. And then over here, Tibrakalamuk, he can preach. And that's going to try to increase our dominion. That's the candles, okay? You can see our dominions 8 right now in Cetus, and it's 4 in Binophe. If we preach, it's just going to spread it some more. Okay. Let's also go back to Cetus, tell this other shaman that we just recruited. Remember, we're recruiting one every turn. We just recruited Ishara. We're going to have him research as well. So now if we go back to research, we've got 27 per turn, and we only need 39 for Thaumaturgy 2. So let's go ahead and go back to Cetus. If we go to army setup, you see we've got all these guys here. These are all light infantry and heavy infantry, okay. Let's go ahead and give all of those guys to Faiz. Whoops, to Faiz there. And then have Faiz meet up with the rest of our army. He's going to bring them reinforcements, you see. End turn. An unexpected event in Binophe, an ancient treasure has been unearthed and I gained some gold. Swell. Patrolling troops in Binophe have killed 8 filthy brigands and troublemakers. The land is now safe and orderly. So that means there's no more unrest there. We've gotten rid of all the unrest. Now that our army, our commander holding those reinforcements is here, let's go ahead and grab half of these and put them back into that flank, and then another half to go to the other flank and just fill out the army again. There we go. And they're the ones that really need the morale. So now they all have +2 morale. So now we're all ready to go for our next fight, and we can attack Zaburia on our next turn. So again, you're watching Temeron's Tactics. My name is Temeron. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the continuation of this gameplay tutorial series.